All right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Champions Weekend Open Series tournament coverage. My name is Brett Banffy. I'm your host and tournament organizer. I'm joined here with the Lord himself. Lord, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, man.
All right, we are ready to get into action. We have our top 8 coverage that we are bringing you today. This is a best of 5 single elimination tournament, and our players are in the quarterfinals.
Got to jump into Annie Moon.
Annie Moon, let's see if she's still hot as she was yesterday. Her combustions were not missing, and she is going up against a veteran of these top 8 tournaments, Oud. All right, we jump into the action. We see Annie Moon has her Thunder Pearl out there with the business. Down comes Amy for Oud. So he's evening up here on cards. Looks like he has a slight advantage in cards because he started off with that business. Business aside from the zap. There goes Amy. So he is 2 cards ahead, but he has 2 cards down. So a little bit of it in there. He comes down, gets an attack in. Oud down to 50. Yesterday, Oud was the aggressor, so Annie Moon may be deciding to begin as the aggressor here. Annie Moon with 8 attack on board. Look at that hand for Oud. 11. Spoiled for choice here. Our players are competing for $500 in prize pools. $300 for first.
Yeah, I got the skins right here,
second,
too.
and $50 for third place. Yeah, and then pop those skins up there. In addition to the cash prizes, there's also these limited edition cards. Down comes Dust Rael. So Annie Moon, she's not in she is not in Oz anymore. She's not in Kansas anymore. I couldn't think of what. Do people from Kansas, do they have love for Wizard of Oz?
Yeah,
Not
I
really.
guess so. Yeah, you know, because that's the thing everybody says when they know you're from Kansas.
Yeah. It's like the one thing that everyone knows about Kansas.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the Wizard of Oz with Dark Side of the Moon?
No, dude, I haven't watched Wizard of Oz in like 20 years, probably.
Yeah, they say that Dark Side of the Moon, like the Pink Floyd album, that it syncs up perfectly with the movies. So I've done it. I think it's cool. It's fun to do that. So.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Want some psychedelics.
Yeah. Those can be beneficial. You know, anything is fun, though, with your psychedelics. Have you ever watched a wall? You know, like, those are pretty trippy, dude. Tree Guard comes down. We are looking at a monster Dust Rael and a Tree Guard. So Annie Moon playing more of like the Bloom Blast combo pieces, the cutie pillars. They just don't go toe for toe with these monsters that Oud's playing.
Dust Rael, Trey Guard, Ooga Chief, Sandstalker.
Yeah. Okay, so we just saw Yeah, I think that was a evolution into Glissetti, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so Shadow Steel went and found Glissetti. So that was a nice play by Eddie Moon. She did draw a card from that.
It'll be like Monday morning or something for Oot.
Yeah. Yeah, our Japanese community, this is Sunday night for Eastern time zone. It's very, very early Monday morning for our Japanese players. Eaglon comes down. Eaglon bounces that Glissetti. Then Treeguard Industrial get the attack in. Ocho takes Thunderpur out. So a little bit of a tempo setback there. Oh, here comes Byron, and there it is. Hits off of her Dust Rail. Cutie Pillar takes it out. Anymoon is back in action. We have Anymoon, Katniss, Everdeen on the stage right now.
Annie Flames.
Annie Flames. There's Ocho. So we'll see how she chooses. Okay, she goes after Eaglon, so she's playing the long game here. That makes some sense. Then Shadow Steel takes Ocho out. She's still facing off against this very difficult to deal with Tree Guard.
She handled that pretty well, though.
Yeah. Especially you get set back with the Glissetti back into your hand. That can be a little bit of a rough beat. There goes Scorchwing. That takes out Firon and Ocho, so that is a huge hit for Ood. Anyone with it back against the wall. Now Shadow Steel, that draws a card with Windseeker, followed by Snowbeak. Gets the attack in for 4. Snowbeak, one of the featured cards from our 10 cents and under list. Still under a dime, that one.
Yeah, it's the most common card in the game.
Yeah. It has some haunting dark.
Oh, there she got.
All right.
The streak is over.
She backfired eventually. Yep.
It's just tough, man. Oot has every single good card. Like the top deck you could build, like if money wasn't an option.
Yep.
You know, even the Scorchwing. Annie's running without all of those. She doesn't have one Trey Guard, Dustrial, Ooga Chief, and she's made it this far. No Scorchwings, no Flammies, I don't think. Like,
yep. Down goes Amy. Frozen by an Ice Eagle that evolved off of the Snowbeak. So that only cost 1 mana and drew Oot a card. Pegasus comes out, another really nice mythic from Gen 1. Now Magma Claw takes the Shadow Steel out, but leaves the Pegasaur, but does go easy on itself. Now Ladacia comes down for Anymoon, but it might be too little too late because we see a lethal attack here from Oot and Anymoon. This is a best of 5, is 1 game down. We know Anymoon very excited to be in this top 8. Players playing for that Boo Boo, Tournament Edition Boo Boo, Tournament Edition Dracolt, and the
Deacon Z.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can pop up the cards. You're not going to see it on your end, Brett, but it's on the stream right now. The graphic.
All right. Yeah, so we see Fossil Boner, middle of the screen there. That is going to the tournament winner. And we see Dracolt going to 2nd and 3rd, and followed by Boo Boo. Beautiful tournament edition cards. If you are following the stream and you do have a question, feel free to drop it in. We're taking questions from our viewers.
Yeah, we got Bruce, Snow Beacon, Speedy are highly underrated. And we have Ed Robles, greetings from Thailand.
Shout out Ed. Greetings from Colorado.
Have you been to Thailand?
I've not.
I have not either. That is near the top of a place I would like to visit next.
Me too. Gua King coming down. Deacon Z rolling the sleeves up right here. Down goes Ice Eagle. Takes a crack at the face for 4 or for 7. Then drops an Ami. Draws a card. Now we see another crack at the face there. They're at 27. Deacon. Still at 60. No first blood yet.
Missed the beginning of this, but yeah, this is looking good for Deacon.
Yeah.
Against our number one in the world.
Yep. World number 1, Stero. Down goes Mechwing. That takes care of Gua King. A very nice tempo move there from Stero. Now Enchi, that's going to bloom the berry. That will be able to get an attack in likely on that. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it was on Cryo Slice. And takes an attack with the White Lily just to let him know who's boss. Just to.
That's a move. We got to give a nickname to Cero for that. You know, that's kind of his thing. We got the combustions with Annie, the blends bloom, and then just the White Lily, show him who's boss hit.
Yep.
It's a mental game.
The Cero reminder. It definitely creates a dynamic in the game when you attack with that White Lily. You're definitely sending a message. And from being a player who's been on the other side of that attack, even though it deals no damage, it is intimidating. Fangs comes down now, just ignoring the Gua Prince and just going straight face. Deacon really going hard. He went hard on those Gen 1 cards. He has a lot of the big staple cards now. Uga, he's got the Mecha Drone we can see there. Deacon really taking this seriously.
Yeah, I think Cero said he would come up. We should interview him if we get some time in between games.
Oh, that'd be great.
I actually have curling tonight at 9, so I might have to. It's going to be cutting it close.
Yeah. And how long have you been playing curling?
Like my 3rd year.
Nice.
Here goes the Mortalis. Does he have the Hydroblast?
Is it a guys league? Is it co-ed?
It's co-ed.
Nice. Misses go with? Or just
No, yeah. 9 p.m. game. Dude, we drew the short stick this week.
Yeah. Mortalis up to a 17-13.
No Hydroblast.
Yeah, no Hydroblast. Or not yet. Maybe Snowgaze finds it. Hydrofang doesn't care about a Mortalis.
Yeah.
It's just go face with a Vortex. That was a Vortex for 5 there. Deacon Z is like, he's like inside right now. He's like, am I going to get there? Shadow Steel. Okay, so what can you go and get with the Shadow Steel? Maybe if you have the evolution of Hydrofang, you could go and get that.
Oh,
that would
yeah.
Some additional damage.
Obsidiwing.
Yep, you could get an Obsidiwing. That's always good. Trolley coming down. Killing face. There's
The stealth mech, Uga.
And then you have the protection with the Cactusaurus.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Sarah with some bling on the battlefield. Wow.
Ooh.
Oh,
there
he had
it
the
is, Deacon. No, he must have just drawn it.
Yeah.
Probably top deck that.
Yeah, Uga. Oh, wow. And a Ladacious. So this is great for Deacon. Answering that Mortalis, that was... Yeah, I had to do that. Pops the Ladacia with the Uga, drops the Cactusaurus, and then a Frostmare. Go. So Cactusaurus will eat the Hydromain, and Mechafly can get an attack for 4. Now, top priority for Sarah will be crack. Oh no! Snowbee comes in, seals the deal, and Deacon gets game 1. I think that's game 1.
All right.
Yeah. All right, we're back into Anymoon here. Anymoon Oot from Japan. Anymoon Argentinian. Anymoon doing a great job onboarding some of our Spanish players to the game. Great ambassador for the game. Also adding some content onto Twitch, so make sure you check her Twitch stream out. Sammy comes down for Anymoon.
Nice.
Big time Magnaflaw cracks a Brambler out of
the
there.
The Brambler's like the best you can get when it gets cracked.
Yeah. Samurai.
One hit on the Ami.
Yep. Leaves that Ami. Goes easy on itself too, so that sticks around as a 5-3, I think.
Need a clear here. And then she's looking good.
Yep. There it is. There's the trolley. Unfortunately, whiffs on the Brambler, although the Brambler was at 3. So trolley earthquakes do variable damage when they come down to each. Could be 2, could be 3. So a little bit unlucky there on the Brambler. Passing back. Especially because that Brambler already, it came for free out of the egg. So you had to kill the egg. Then you have to earthquake that Brambler. You still don't kill it. You got to get attacked back. And the Brambler finally able to trade with that Ladacia. So multiple turns, Anymoon trying to deal with that egg. And that's the best case scenario, because the worst case scenario is he just evolves a Tree Guard right out of the egg. So you can see how those eggs are really doing work.
Yeah, dude, he's got 2 angels in the deck.
Yep. Surprised that Oot's not playing that golden Ponk, which he won in leaderboard season 1.
Oh yeah.
Just playing the regular Ponk. Maybe Oot not the flashy, like maybe he's like more of a modest guy, He's not trying to rub other people's face in it.
Yep.
I would be dropping that golden Ponk.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite cards.
Oh yeah, I mean the White Lily is $40,000, but that golden Ponk is like around 40K too, like. And, it's hard to say that that's a justified price for it, but, like, it looks like a $40,000 card when you look at that thing, you know, like.
And if we start getting on other chains and stuff like that, now the golden Ponk is more rare than the White Lily.
Yeah, well, have there been other golden cards? So there was a golden Sandstalker released in Genesis, right?
Yeah, golden Sandstalker.
I think it's the only one besides the Ponk. It'll be cool to see these, traits evolve. So, like, which one will be a more common trait? Will golden be used a bunch, or will mecha stealth mech? Will that be like rare, or will it be common? It'll be cool to see. The Infiltrator, I like that one. The Cactalord
Yep.
Infiltrator skin, super cool. It kind of looks like that stealth mech, but just like a little bit more sci-fi.
Yep.
Tree Guard coming down. You know, this is a mental game, but you get a little bit exhausted physically when you're in these battles. Players like Oot, you know, like you're going toe for toe. It can be physically exhausting as well. It's important to get a good night's sleep before the event. You know, you want to be thinking your sharpest. Get some water, hydrate during the event. Maybe some Gatorade. Okay, Uga takes out Mech Wing. We see an attack from Fox Assassin and Tree Guard. Anymoon down to 24. Ood at 54. Anymoon has 5 in hand compared to 4 for Ood. Just dealing with that Tree Guard, it's so difficult to do. Especially when your opponent has multiple other. We have Zach weighing in. GM Zach. He is letting us know that this is a great start to his day. So GM to you too, sir. Zach, another really great ambassador for the game. Okay, Rogue Orser comes down. That takes Rockclaw out. Questionable whether you even needed to do that or you could just swing face because Anymoon would have been at 9 had Rogue Orser gone face. Leaves you a little bit cold to like a double Earthquake here or something like that. Instead, it's a Voldrake. Anyone on those Zap cards, and we've seen them be effective, but just conditionally effective, you know, as opposed to unilaterally effective.
Yeah, you know, you're just forced into it. Look at all these cards. Rogue Orser, you know, they make their way into attack. Flammaquack, I mean, there's $3,000 of cards on the deck right now, on the field.
Yeah, and Zap, more of an ability that's great when you're already winning. So when you have 4 Zap cards on the battlefield and your opponent plays one, you get to kill it right away just by attacking them. You know, that's wonderful. But when you're a little bit behind, you know, that's when Zap is a little bit underwhelming because it is a random damage. Damage is nice, but the fact that you know, like, whereas Whirlwind just much more effective when you're behind because it gives you that tempo to catch back up. All right, we are jumping back in for Zach. For others who are just joining with us, who didn't see, Deacon Z had an amazing game 1 against Cero, took it down. Cero now not all about that, trying to climb back, even the score against Deacon Z. Woofa and then Gua King pass. We are playing, for those tuning in, we are playing Singleton here, so all players can only play 1 of any card. You must own the cards they're playing with, but there's no limit or restriction on which cards you can play. So Gen 1 and Gen 2 both live. We are in our quarterfinals action. Speaking of tournament action, how did you watch any games, NFL games today?
Oh yeah, all of them.
Yeah. How'd it go for you? Did you have any action on the games?
Yeah, we have some. I got some on the Broncos tonight.
Good. Yeah,
right
Broncos.
Now.
Both the Lord and myself, Colorado locals right now. Neither of us super Broncos fans. You probably hate the Broncos, right?
Yeah.
For me, they're a team I can appreciate. Yeah, I don't have a lot of hate for them.
No, yeah. The Broncos are pathetic. went to a Broncos game one time. Like, I just can't, it's like burned into my brain how pathetic the whole like organization is.
Yeah. I remember you telling me that they were playing like Little Town or something like that.
Like turned down for what? Like techno music and shit, and like, yeah.
So for those who aren't schooled up, the Lord is a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and the Chiefs, they're known, Arrowhead, their stadium, they're known for being one of the most inhospitable houses. You go in there, every single fan is dressed in red. Like the entire place is like, 130 decibels from the start of the game to the end of the game.
Yeah, you don't want to like wear the opposing team's colors and go to Arrowhead. No. You will not have a good time.
No, they take it very seriously.
It's not a fun like family atmosphere.
Yeah, just don't go with your son.
Don't take your son. Yeah.
No, you're going to take a shower and beer, probably. Deacon with business on the battlefield, staring off at a quite formidable board. Cero definitely in command. Deacon has managed to get through some of the more difficult cards. We see the Rogue Orser in Cero's graveyard, so he's navigating his way through these. But the big problem he has right now is blocking. He needs to get rid of that blocking. Windseeker from Obsidiwing. That's going to find an evolution. It could find something like a Hydromain from the Aquafluffle there. But nothing to bloom, nothing to blast right now. All right, just a pass back there. Okay, so that was a little bit of an underwhelming turn from Deacon, but I think best case scenario, he was able to trade out Woofa and the shield on the Aquafluffle for the Obsidiwing. That's a pretty good trade if you're Deacon. You're happy about that. Walking is at 3 health, it looks like. Rumble still has its shield. Frostmare also kind of a little bit of a difficult card to deal with. Really what you'd love to see from Deacon is like if he had some way to just go, his own Guaking and a Ladacia or something like that, where he's a little bit behind on board. That would give him 2 cards, could help him catch up really quick. Snow Cub, that's going to do some work. Then Cactusaurus. So in a way, Cactusaurus gets bloomed up. In a way, Cactusaurus and Snow Cub, they kind of conflict a little bit with each other. The Guaking can go after the Snow Cub. That's going to trigger Retribution. That does allow the Cactusaurus to live, but that was quite a lot to invest in just getting the Guaking off. In a perfect world, you would have wanted to take that out. Cero channeling his Any Flames, firing that Firon right at the Cactusaurus, and then deploying his own Cactusaurus. It is the tournament edition. Its tongue is flapping out. The other one's tongue is in its mouth, so I don't know if that's any indication of anything.
Yeah, that's like a sick Cactusaurus, like has rabies or something.
Yeah. It's like the one that like the front of the litter.
Yeah.
It's like Ed from the Lion King, like the the hyena that like like leaves his tongue hanging out everywhere. Yeah. They just like put it in a little pen in the side of the desert, like just run around over there, man. Okay, a monster board here for Cero, but this is exactly what you want to be if you're Deacon. Do you feel you're behind in this game? Yes, but important to really take these turns to think about your decision making. okay, will I likely lose this game? Maybe yes, but that doesn't mean you can't make the correct plays. And it's you know, when you're winning, you sort of, like Cero is right now, you sort of relax your guard, you let your guard down a little bit. And, you know, whereas Deacon, his mind is going right now, trying to figure out, all right, what's the exact right play? And that could benefit him later on in the rounds, as he is the one who's you know, analyzing the game state due to being just a slight bit behind here. Deacon at 31, and he just passes, I think. Wow. I think that was no action from Deacon on that turn. So maybe what he did was he analyzed everything. He realized that he's dead to rights and just passed, but still, not sure if I love that play there from Deacon. I would have wanted to see him take a game action. Especially because, like I was saying, you really want to, you know, set up future turns. You know, maybe if you do something a little bit unexpected on a turn like that, instead of just passing and doing nothing, maybe that will plant a seed in your opponent's head. Okay, what would they do that again? Will he try to Bloom Blast me again? Will he, you know? Whereas if you just pass, it's, you know, a little bit. The other thing that maybe happened was maybe Deacon, because he isn't taking his game action here, so maybe he just disconnected or something like that. Yeah, I'll check in the chat, see if there's anything. Nothing coming. Oh, it is. Yeah, he mentioned his computer froze.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He was in a lost position there, so I doubt Sarah will offer to replay that game. You know, really, that was a nice job by Sarah to even that match up. All right, so the Lord has taken us into this Jaden Global K1 match here. K1 at the bottom with 3 in hand. Jaden at the top, 4 in hand, but at 8 life. There comes a trolley from K1. That's going to be a good start. K1 now at 9. Snowgaze comes down. This looks like it could be. So Snowgaze is digging for Stana or some way to deal with the board right now. I guess, no, not even a Blends Bloom will solve this for K1. It is a Blends Bloom, but it's a double Blends Bloom, but it's not enough. No. You needed to find the Stana right there, and he whipped. So Jaden, a nice job there to grab a game. All right. So Cero is 2-1. That was game 3 that he just won against Deacon. So Deacon not out of it. He does need a victory in game 4 to remain in the running. So we see some chats coming in from Anymoon shouting out her opponent for a great game.
Oot.
Yep, that was Oot. Now we see Trons G showing some love. Trons G, I believe, came in from
recently.
Pretty recently. Maybe found the game through Sarah. I'm not sure, but Trons G, and let us know how you found the game.
Yeah, within the spaces with Cero and Corn Dog and Trons was in there. I think that's how we heard about it, yeah.
Yep. Seen attack there from Speedy, dropping Deacon to 55. Deacon. Okay, there's a Firon that hits Speedy. And that Deacon Z is channeling his Anymoon, firing those combustions. There's Fangs. Then Aquafluffle knocks the Firon out by dropping the shield. Got Bruce in the chat. Yep, Tron's from the Twitter Spaces. We'll be looking to do a few more of those Twitter Spaces over the next 2 weeks. Be on the lookout for those. We are streaming live right now to Twitter. If you have a question for us, you're following from the Twitter, drop it in the comments. Deacon taking a moment with this turn here. There it is, Dark Shell. That's a pass. Dark Shell has shields up right now. Aquafluffle with shields down. This is a special edition of our Weekend Open Series. We are tuning in at a new time slot. A few players are really enjoying this time slot. We see Sero now with 4 mana. Down comes Ocho. Going to trade Fangs for the shield and then drop the shell with Ocho. Kraken for 2. There are like a lot of players who come into Champions. They are veterans from other trading card games. I believe Thero's from Magic and also a game called Shadowverse. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, he's played pretty much all of every TCG.
Yep. Stana cleans things up and then gets a Snowbeak back in. That was a 5 mana turn there from Deacon. 5 in hand. Players roughly even on life. One of the things that this tournament shows is, there is a disparity between some of the players having certain cards, such as Gen 1 cards. You were mentioning on yesterday's stream, in case someone didn't watch that one of the plans the game has is to introduce this concept of the loot boxes. What are the loot boxes and how will they impact the game?
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to add a bunch of quests in. So basically in the profile page, there's going to be like a seasons quest list. Every quest that you complete will unlock like a common chest. Inside the common chest, let's pull it up. What do we got in there? Yeah, so there'll be common and rare card unlocks. So card unlocks are just going to be like unlock cards inside your client. You won't be able to sell them, but you will be able to play like ranked time. There'll also be rare card backs and rare avatars.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then, yeah, we're going to have a couple, like a rare and mythic loot boxes as well. Those will be like given away under special occasions. Maybe have like the rare loot box available to purchase for like 99 gems or something. But inside that, you can get more gems, better cards, all that.
Perfect. Yeah. Can't wait to see that. This is a great match here between C and Zero. Both players with extremely strong decks. And now we see Mortalis. Unfortunately, I don't think Beacon has the Mortalis, but guess what he does have? Eaglon. And Eaglon doesn't care too much about the stats on Mortalis. Goes back to the hand with you. Now Gabi comes down, a card that not many people brought to compete with this weekend, but I like it. I probably would have been playing a Gabi if I was in this event. Kind of put the backup of Bidwing.
And is that just because you think you should play the max amount of greeds?
Well, yeah, because typically you would be playing 2 business, but because it's singleton, you can't really play the second business. So, but maybe these other players are going with something like Draconics, and I kind of like that idea too, because Gabi gets you that second card when you have nothing else on the board, but very often it will only be drawing you the 1 card, especially as a 5-mana card. Unlike business, where you can always, you have as long as it's in your opener, you're pretty much always going to draw 2. Yeah, Bruce talking about Boulder Magic's deck yesterday. So damn strong. Yeah, he was playing the Siberian, some real Angels. He has the Sandstalker. He has the Uga Chief. He was talking to me about what he should play, and he was thinking, should I cut the Sandstalker? I was like, I don't think so, dude.
Imagine having that kind of selection that you can just cut the Sandstalker. It's not just a play.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't know if I would cut the Sandstalker. I think most people would do anything to play with the Sandstalker in this event. All right, Mechadrone comes down. We see that Whirlwind.
It is good seeing some of these cards come back, all the grinding. I mean, I had like 300 games played on like Gen 1 only. So the Mechadrones and the Earthquake meta and all that. So yeah, dude, Mechadrones, one of the best cards in the whole 300 set, Once we start getting more Gen 1s out there, allowing people to play, we can start bringing that back. We've been kind of focused on Gen 2, but there's so many good cards in Gen 1.
Absolutely, yeah. And Dracolt, one of the tournament edition cards, has the same stats as Mechadrone. It's a 5-mana 6/7 with Whirlwind. So if you're in a singleton event and you want to play a second Mechadrone, you just need to spike this tourney, grab that Dracolt, and there you go.
What's Dracolt evolving off of?
Dracby.
Yeah, just not playable.
No, not playable, but I think Dracolt there's a card that evolves from Dracolt, whereas Mechadrone is the top of the ladder for its chain, but I think there's even one additional card that comes in over the Dracolt, or else either that or there's a third one.
Yeah, we can look it up after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Annie in the chat. Yeah, Oot's a tough player. Wow, Angel. Yeah, dude, 2 Angels like Flamagwalk and Sandstalker, Treyguard, Uga Chief. It's deadly. I don't know. He's got to be the favorite right now. Him and Sarah will be a good match. If Sarah makes it. It's 2-1 right here, right?
Yes, 2-1. Sarah's up a game here. Mortalis came back down after getting Mechadrone whirlwinded. Uga's still very difficult to deal with here, and that Cutie Pillar cannot trade. Now we see Flammy come down, clean the pillar up, but leaves the Mechadrone, so that's a
And for the viewers here, yeah, we got some good cards out here. You don't see them much. Tournament edition Flammy here.
Yeah.
sent it back. That.
Yep.
The Flammy Bomb.
Mortalis up to a 16-16 now.
Needs a top deck Hydro Main. Didn't get it.
Yep. Instead, he's got a defensive Blizzard. That's just a pass back, so just Cryo Slice there. It's a little too late there. Koopa Snoot takes it out, drops the shields. Now you're going to see Mortalis up to a 17-17. Mechwing will crash in for 3, and we see players putting Deacon Z on the clock right now. Tick-tock. It's not going to be long. Mechadrone is a problem for any opponent from any moon. There it is. Deacon Z. That's a concession. He was at 38, but I don't think he saw. I think he saw the writing on the wall there. So we are going to see Cerro move on to the semifinals. He is our first confirmed player to move on, and let's see which bracket he was in. So he was in the bracket with Anymoon and Oot. So we will see Cerro and Oot move on to the semifinals now.
Cerro versus Oot.
Yep.
Ooh, for top 3, this is a top match in all of our game. Like, you couldn't set up 2 guys going at it.
Yep.
Singleton format, like you're gonna see the best of the best here. But let's see who makes it on the other side. These are 2 great players. K1, he's in there. He's from Argentina as well. He's been doing a great job onboarding people and training people. He uses the Discord, I see. Yeah. Awesome guy in the community.
Yeah, someone that you can really root for on a personal level. Really easy to root for K1.
Here's one of my favorite tournament edition cards.
I think it could be your favorite card of all time, man.
Yeah. I love this one. I saw one sitting there for a while. It was like $120 or something, and somebody else bought it. Think about it every day.
Yep. Yeah, man. I know. I want that card too. And that was the fun part about that card, is that it's from that old meta, you know, that everyone was playing. 3 Pandorables, you know, all the Cactusaurus, all that stuff.
What's K1 got? What's the count here?
I don't have the count. I'll check in and see if I can catch up with the players. We see McFly come down and attack from Uga. I believe Houston might be a game up over Calhas here. Yes, Deacon Z is out of the tournament, but does have that consolation prize in case Luke is now in his possession. All right, we see Scorchwing getting some singes in on the Mechafly and the Ocho. Cleaned up with the Flammeri. Now an attack with N-Paul. That drops K1 to 55. 8 mana now for K1. 4 in hand. Aiden was just about to say has a dominant board presence, but down comes Dracoferno and cleans that up a bit.
And sits with 6/6, so it's a big hit.
Yeah, no one to mess with. It was a perfect Dracoferno. Now Uga. All right, and the N-Paul gets an attack in for 5, then evolves to the Enchakra, 7/7, and Uga cracks in on the Dracoferno. Speedy gets 2 in. So Jaden Global switches gears here. Enchakra returns to hand with the Mech Wing. So K1 has solved that for the time being. We'll see both players in this sort of top deck mode. So Whirlwinds become less valuable when your opponent is pretty empty-handed. They just play the card again right away.
Yep.
You know, when you have a full hand and you Whirlwind something, now you've at least created an issue for your opponent where if they want to play it again, that does mean they have to restrict playing something else. But when, later in the game, it's not as big of a deal. All right, Business coming down, then Frostmare. We see the bloom on Uga. That cracks Dracora for 6. Stays alive. Big bloom there from Enchi. So a nice balance from Jaden Global between the Gen 1, Gen 2 cards. Frostmare looming on this battlefield as a 7/7 that does shatter into the ice cubes. Mechwing now for K1. Looks like he's going after Frostmare. Maybe we'll see. Okay. It was to crack the Frostmare down for the shatter and then get the Stonefer in. That still leaves 9 attack on the board. Icicle comes down, cleans the Stonefer up. Now we see the poor man's Tree Guard.
Just disrespect my boy like that. Grimblade.
You know what's cool too? Grimblade and Grimzilla, they have identical stats, right? 6/8s with guard, and I didn't realize this, but they both begin with Grim, which is kind of cool. I like that.
It's like the designer, like he seems to think of it all. Nothing slides past.
Yeah, it's almost like he's mapped this game out for 3+ years, which we know to be the case. The game is fairly new. It's only a few months old, but the game has been being planned and developed for probably over 3 years. So it's really great to see the game take off with such success. That's as we said, so much thought has gone into this leading up to this point. All right, there we see Shadow Steel. Then Gua Prince comes down, but look at this big attack. That is a combustion right to the face, and this is a lethal attack. And it's Eaglon who gets the lethal damage in. Jaden Global. A really nice balance there between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. He had some tempo strategy with Eaglon coming in from Gen 1. He had some combustion and late game strategy coming in from Gen 2. So Trans G,
they're going at it right here. Zero
Yep.
and Oot.
Trans G saying that he didn't realize that the game was so new and is surprised that the team and the game is doing such a fantastic job for being so new. Thank you so much, Trans. Appreciate that. There we see Oot at the top, Cero at the bottom. Bruce commenting, he really liked that tournament edition Thorner. We had a Thorner tournament edition, right? That was last weekend for the top 8. Yeah.
We miss Sam on Twitch as well. He needs to come back to Coombe. Who's Sam?
Never heard of him. See, Pegasol there is frozen from Oot.
A Goldie Bank. Don't see too many Goldie Banks in play.
No, another one. I'll throw $100 if Oot deals lethal with that Goldie Bank. If it gets the kill. Zach commenting that we are so early. We agree. The important thing here is time flies when you're having fun, right? We focus on the fun side of it, the rest will take care of itself. All right, there we see Stonefur coming down, Earthquake clearing the board, dropping into Therian with the Whirlwind ability. So just when you feel like you're Sero and you've managed to crack the nut, down comes an even more difficult nut to crack. It looks like he's going to start with the trolley, then he pops Mechafly down. So Mechafly returns the Zephyrian, and the trolley gets some damage on the Stonefur. Zephyrian can come down and Whirlwind one of these 3 cards for Sero, but I think the reason why he made that play is he doesn't really mind any of them coming back to hand. He knows he's in a little bit of an attrition battle here with Oot. He has 6 in hand compared to Oot with 4. Stonefur can trade. Oh, wow. That's a nice move from Oot. Stana there, cleaned up the Snow Gaze.
Snow Gaze with 3, right?
Yeah. Big time Earthquake there from Oot. I was going to say he doesn't mind getting Whirlwinded either with the Snow Gaze or the Trolley back in hand. So that's why he put the Zephyrian back into Oot's hand. Oot not quite ready to run Zephyrian out. Maybe he's considering trying to Whirlwind this Mechafly. That will allow him to tempo his opponent. It is a Zephyrian. You can choose no Whirlwind. Instead, he chooses his own Stonefur. So I also think that's a reasonable thing to consider. But if you were going to go Stonefur, maybe go Stana. But of course, Oot is the master. Down comes Cryo Slice, freezing that Zephyrian. We see a double attack from Mechafly and Uga. There is the Stonefur we knew about. So Oot with 3 random cards in hand. Stana trades with Mechafly. Oh, that is a big time Flammy from Oot. Cleans up the Uga, the stealth Mecha Uga, and then drops a Monkey, getting another attack in. So these little attacks that Oot has managed to pile up, they are starting to add up.
Let's see. Big turn.
We heard some rumors about 2 things coming up in the Kingdom of Koom that will make people FOMO hard. That is a comment coming in from Bruce.
What are those things?
What are those things? Yeah, Bruce.
Maybe I can confirm.
We have the Lord
confirm or deny.
Yep. He's gonna confirm or deny in the the famous thumbs up, thumbs down. Yeah, there you go.
I won't say any words. I'm gonna give a hand signal.
Yep. So yeah, we're hearing that there could be a rumor of Kumon Doge. That is a thumbs up, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Thumbs up. Champions TCG coming out on Doge. Look for that. That is going to be Doge Labs, drc-20.org. And there could be a
that's that one's tough. I mean, I'm fighting against the team on some of that, but seems like I'm going to lose. and we just need to move forward with a Gen 3. Yeah, we want to stay on some sort of schedule. So, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be like in the next week or two, but around 3 months exactly would be December 21st. So,
we see a big attack from Oot. Now, Zero at 6. He needs a Blends Bloom and fast. Oot is empty-handed, so he was able to get the Fox Assassin off the battlefield. You're not so worried about that Ponk when your opponent has no cards in hand, because even if they have...
yikes.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know that I would have done that.
All right.
Plague Scale coming out. That was a...
Ooh. What's he draw? Top deck Ocho. Oh,
wow.
shit.
Okay, so he's still live. Yeah.
All he needs an Ocho. Nothing. Uga. Is he slow rolling him?
I could picture him slow rolling.
Oh!
Oh!
Nothing. Damn. Oot too, dude. Like getting the double draw there. Oot getting a double draw is not what you want, because he's just got bangers in there. Like that Sand Stalker could have ripped there. Like Uga Chief, like anything, dude. That was a lucky
Plague Scale.
1-0.
How about cracking a Plague Scale out of your Ponk? That feels good. You know,
that is the best card that you can pop.
Imperious actually 7-9.
Oh, okay, yeah. Imperious is a 7/9 none.
7/9, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I've never seen an Imperious.
I've never seen one either, except I was playing, you know, like, and or I had completely sort of forgotten about that card, and then my opponent cracked the 7/9. Like, it's literally a tree guard, you know, like without guard. I mean, it's like, that's a beast, you know. It's like, come on, man, you're gonna pop an Imperious, yeah. Great game there. We're watching two people at the top of their sport here, Saro and Oot. We have a GM coming in from Rami. GM Rami, thanks for checking in with us. Thanks for watching the show. We're here with the Lord himself. Gave us a confirmation on Champions Gen 1 launching on Doge. Heard that will be fairly soon. Okay, Byron whiffing for Saro, but getting a trade in on the Snowbeak now. Oot wanting to crack another Plague Scale out of that Ponk. Down comes Uga. Does some work on Woofa. Gets the attack in for 3. Now Oot in the driver's seat. I think Saro, with that Mortalis, was able to just 2-turn Oot.
Yeah.
Oot his life was at like 50 something, and Saro's was at 9.
Yep.
Or no, 6. Yeah, and he hit that one. He hit a Hydro Fang, but he was able to kill Oot from around 50 because Mortalis got up to like 19. You know.
Yeah. And
what we're seeing.
If it went on one more draw, like he's got so many in there, like you probably lose the game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see in these matches. You want to see players where both times it comes down to one single draw step, where, you know, depending on who gets that next draw step, that's the player that's winning the game. That is why you wake up and watch Tournament Champions. You see the Ice Eagle and the Monkey combined to take out Ignisteel. Cryo Slice is a beast at 7/7 right now. Going to be able to eat that Ice Eagle. Will leave the orange, though. That is a Flammy. Yes, it's a tournament edition Flammy. And down comes a very sad Bones. You know, when you go from cracking Plague Scale to cracking Sad Bones, it's like a completely different story. All right, Dust Trial coming down. Monster 5-mana 9/9 for Oot. You know, Saro has the 5-mana Troll Rock, right? Coming in, checking in as a 5/5. compared to this beast of a angel as a 9/9. I mean, just look at that. The Shadow Steel just bounces off the Dust Rail, whereas that would trade with the Troll Rock. So, Oot taking advantage of that early access that he had to those Gen 1 cards to be able to get some of those cards like the Dust Rail, like the Sandstalker, like the double Oogie Chief that he has. Zero dropping the Gua Prince. Not sure, again, I totally agree with this because it just a single Snowbeat comes in and cleans that up. I think that Gua Prince so valuable. Steadily Mecha Fly, though. Then a Pegasi. So, yeah, Oot choosing not to trade the Pegasi with the Gua Prince. Frog Control from Sero. There comes business. Then the Rogue Lorcer takes out the Mecha Fly. Can't take out Pegasi, though. Sero really trying to dig for that Mortalis, I feel. Oot doesn't seem like he's really playing those Hydroblasts as much. He has too many Sandstalkers and Free Guards and other stuff. Can't really make room for those Hydroblasts.
No, yeah, he's opted to go with all of, he has a lot of 5+ mana cards. Yeah.
The thing is that if your opponent is dropping an angel like that you would typically want to Hydroblast, if that angel is, a Zephyrian like we've seen a few times, the Dust Rail, those stay at around 9 power. That the Mortalis is totally different. Mortalis can become an 18/18 in 2 turns.
Yeah.
So, that's when you really need the Hydroblast. Sarah drops Cactusaurus and a Ladacia. Cactusaurus, Pegasi eats the cactus. Grumble with shields up. Oot has managed to play really effectively and get Sero down to... I missed what Oot just whirlwinded there. Oh, it was his Pegasi. Yeah. Oot able to get Sero down to 31, but it kind of feels like Oot is running out of gas right here. I mean, he's facing off against the Ladacia.
Definitely.
The Ladacia will be able to trade with the Mechadrone. That still leaves 6 attacker for Grumble. For Sero with the Grumble and the business. He could play into this Ladacia, but I guess he could trade the Pegasi with it, but why would you whirlwind it back just to trade with it? Oh, because it attacked the Cactus Square. So yeah, but instead he just goes face. So he's gonna trade the Mechadrone. Then business comes down, takes out the Pegasi. Remember, Sarah still has that Gua Prince in hand. We knew about that. So Oot really up against it here. He's got his opponent down to 26, but no farther. There's the Ooga Chief. He would have loved to have been able to evolve that Ooga Chief from the Grun just to draw that 1 extra card. Down goes the Grun. Out comes the Silverbank. Silverbank now gone. Gua Prince takes care of that. 9 mana now for Sero. He evolves the Gua Prince into the Gua King. That costs a mana and does draw a card. So Sero, just like last game, we saw him take a big onslaught attack from Oot, drop all the way down to under 20. This time 18. Last time it was all the way down to 9. But then immediately stabilize the board and Flamigwakin gets the Gua King off the battlefield. We see the Aqua Fluffle take it out. Frostmare for good measure. Yep. Aqua Fluffle Mech Winged. I think that's getting a little too cute if you're Sero. I can understand, just to get the added shield back from on the Fluffle, but, Mech Wing is so important. Now we see the Fluffle able to take the Rogue Orcher out. Oot at 15, he needs to kill this turn. He won't be able to. There's going to be a crackback for 20. That's lethal. No, excuse me. It's not 20. It's 16. But it is going to still be lethal with that Aquafluffle getting in.
Is that 2-0?
So Sarah, that's 2-0 for Sarah. Monday morning for Oot.
Ooh, it's a late night. What time is it there?
Let's see.
You're pretty much Japanese.
Yeah. It's noon 15 there.
Noon?
So he's on his lunch break, yeah.
It's not midnight? Oh, it's noon there?
Yeah,
okay.
noon.
Yeah.
Yes. Oot on his lunch break. He's playing on the Xerox machine right now.
So that's not too bad. Like it starts at 8 or 9 a.m. I thought it was like at 4 or 3 a.m. or something like.
Oh, it is for our European players. That they were the ones that didn't like this.
Bruce is European. He's over there in the UK.
Yeah, but Bruce is diehard.
What? Oh, so it's like 3 a.m. or something there?
Yeah. Bruce, let's see.
London time?
Yeah. It's 3 a.m. Yeah. He's probably the most awake one.
3:15 a.m.
He's more awake than we are, probably.
Yeah.
Bruce is great. Okay, so we're jumping into action. This is game 3. Mechwing returns, I believe, Ladeja. Lammy and Uga get an attack, and Sarah is again down to 37. So this is exactly what happened last time. Oot comes out fast and furious. Sarah somehow manages to stabilize. We'll see if he's able to do that again.
Nothing to evolve that Punk into.
Okay, big Flammy. That leaves Teferian, then Ladecia. So Sarah just trying to cross his fingers and pray right now. An attack from everything will drop him to 7. And he can't even clean the board up with an attack from Ladecia. Yeah. So Oot, 2 games in a row, dropped Sarah to under, right around 15 or so. And this game, it's looking like maybe he had the string of defensive and aggressive strategies that, there the Punk evolves to Pegasi, and this is going to drop Sarah to 2 if he goes all out. There could still be mana to spend because that was an evolution, so that only cost 1 mana.
It's over.
Yeah, so Sarah, Oot is going to get on the board here.
Before even turn 9.
Yeah.
GG, that was quick.
That was like for the victory. Great game, Oot. Wow. So we're guessing that it was game 3 but seeing how fast Oot won, maybe then we missed game 1. You never know. All right. Oh no, it says it right there. 2-1.
2-1. It's got to get in here quick before Oot takes him.
Yeah. For those that are just tuning in, we're ChampionsTCG. This is Weekend Open Series Tournament Magic we're watching right now. Players are competing for $500 in cash prizes.
Oot is a legend. He is. He's like, who the hell makes their name like Oot?
When we first
and then
saw
just kicks everyone's ass. Just like he didn't even care, just wanted to hit his keys to make a name really quick, and then just comes in, kicks everybody's ass for 6 months straight.
He is a legend, you're right. Yeah, okay, Hydrofang comes down. So I like this play if you have to play on turn 2, he does. Sometimes players will play the Hydrofang on turn 1, then nothing on turn 2. I'd rather them save the White Lily, but Oot does have the turn 2 play. It's the monkey. Zero again. Oot's jumping out to the aggressor, be the aggressor in this matchup. Of course, Zero really needed that combustion to fire. It did. Then Oot drops Amy. So this is what you want if you're Sarah. You never want Oot drawing cards, but you know, when you get rolled like that fast, you know, seeing your opponent just trade off and then draw 2 cards, it's not the worst. Sarah has proven that he can outlast Oot. We'll see if that's the case this game, but
Semifinal.
yes, this is the semifinals, and yeah, I'm gonna tune in, just double check. So yes, this is the one of our semifinals match. The other one was Houston, who won 3-1 over Calhas, and we saw Jaden Global win over K1. So the other semifinals match we have will be Houston versus Jaden Global, and that will be really exciting match as well. Jaden Global.
What's the other semifinal match?
It's Jaden Global versus Houston.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we have access to the to see when players buy off the secondary market. You know, not only can we see who's buying, but we can see when cards fly off. And right before the tournament came, a number of very powerful Gen 1 cards flew off the shelves. And we suspect that was Jaden Global because last night his deck had a nice balance between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. And he was known for being a Gen 2 player. He was always dominating in the format, but he needed a little bit of help when competing with players in a mixed format. But now that's no longer the case. He has the staples that you need. He has the Slammies, etc. Those are the chase cards from Gen 1, and he's here to win this tournament. I can tell you that for a fact. He has a lot of support, too, from his dad. Dad's a big fan of the game. Dustrile comes down, then we see a Scorchwing clean things up. Now just a lone 9-9 out there. That Ignisteel, he did not have his Anti-Moon Wheaties today.
No. Oot switches that shit around. Combustion's like 20% only to hit Oot. It's like some special code.
Yeah. Oot has like shields, you know, like he has some secret like code that's like
he figured out if you made your username UUUTTT that it like switched the fucking combustion to 20 and 80.
He's like literally Neo in the Matrix, like the combustion comes with like the bullet, he just stops it, like drops.
It's the only way to take him out. You're like, oh my combustion, you need him to hit against him.
Oh my god, yeah, you're already playing someone who's so talented.
I know, and down 2-0, and he's like looking good to tie it up here. It's gonna go to game 5.
Yeah, Oot's gonna have none of that. You might as well just not even play with, because just don't even try and combust.
I think Cero's streaming right now. That's just got to be devastating. Anybody that's tuning in with him, he can't be happy about that.
Yeah.
Get that Dustreal down.
We're in game 4. It'd be a lot harder to deal with if this was game 5, but still, you're 1 win away from the finals. If you're
feel like you lost if you go to game 5 with Oot. No one survives game 5 against Oot.
Yeah, and we were talking about yesterday. I don't know if you're in the chat or if you're in the comments. Let us know. Do you prefer to get the White Lily or do you prefer to play first? But if you end up pushing this game 5. Yeah, and then you start the game and you have kind of a mediocre hand and Oot has the White Lily, you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where you just feel like you're lost before you even start the game, Mortalis, though, that is the differentiator in this game. Yes, Oot has the Dustrails, Oot has the Uga Chiefs, those are very powerful. But Mortalis, we've seen Oot's a little bit lighter on the Hydroblast
too. He just doesn't. He doesn't even make his deck.
Yeah. He's. Yeah. All right. So yeah, like we said, Oot not rolling with as deep of a Hydroblast, but you know what he does have is Sandstalker. And Sandstalker able to combine with the Earthquake to take out that Mortalis. But that just goes to show you how good that Mortalis is, that you have to throw a Sandstalker like under the bus just to try to like throw the bolas on its legs. Amy does draw Gas Zero back up, so now Zero with 6 in hand, facing off against a Stana, drops the Frostmare and then passes to Oot. Oot now, this is a very pivotal turn in the game. Your opponent is starting to gain a tiny competitive advantage over you on the board. You need to answer this quickly and then present another series of lethal threats. There it is, Fox Assassin. That will drop the creeps onto the battlefield. Trolley cleans it up, but the thing is that with that Trolley, you almost feel like that might be a preeminent Trolley or I guess the Trolley you could have sandbagged it a little bit and got a little more value, like maybe the Speedy or maybe the Business later on. Instead, just trading just with the 2 Ice Cubes feels a little bit a little lackluster if you're Oot. Okay, so Rogors are able to take out Gua King. That was a good move to use the Sandstalker against the Mortalis, especially combined with that Earthquake. Comment there coming in from Any Moon, who was one of our top 8 competitors. Congratulations to you for your top 8 finish here and for your Boo Limited Edition card. All right, Sandstalker comes down. We see Business get an attack in. Earthquake coming down. Shadow Steel could have survived, but Earthquake was able to take it out. Now we see Trolley from Cero, and then an attack with Ocho. After the deploying of the Gua Prince, we'll see if Oot can trade with this Gua Prince. That would be ideal. Sending in like a snow. Then Mechadrone. And Mechadrone, a pretty big beast on this battlefield. It's going to be able to, it can do work on that Ocho, but just as soon as they say that, Cryo Slice changes that combat math. Now, with no retaliation damage, that is a big advantage for Cero. And you can tell he is starting to taste this victory here a little bit. Oot down to 1 card in hand. Cero still with 4. Can take this Uga Chief out. Still has the Glide Pin. Now he has Obsidian. Gas is back up. 4 mana in hand. Drops the Gua Prince. Adds 4 attacker to the board. Oot now facing 18 on the Crackback. He's able to trade the Snowbeak. And there's Tree Guard. So this is one of the differentiators that Oot has. It is difficult to deal with. It will trade with both the Galefin and the Obsidian if Cero decides to go after it. He may ignore it. If you ignore it, you're attacking for 26 right now. That is a 2-turn clock. Your opponent is only with 1 7-power attacker. You can afford to ignore the Tree Guard. Rush Oot's face here. Your opponent now at 20. We could see Cero the first to move on into our finals match. We have some thanks coming in from the chat. See, congrats to Any Moon and congrats to K1 coming in from Trons G. See, Bruce mentioning that he would rather go second. He has more of a chance of laying a Speedy or a Snowbeak, a Nordy, a Cactbud, or a Monkey.
All right.
With that one mana advantage.
Cero on to the finals. And actually, I've got to go to curling, so you might have to fire this up on our restream. Can you do that?
Yep. Yeah, I can do that.
All right, you tell me when you're ready, and then I'll shut this down, and you can fire it back up.
All right, we are going to bring you the rest of the tournament action from a different stream. So those who are tuning in right now,
Yep, this will close
you may
down and we'll have a new one right back up.
Yeah, a new one will be coming back up in just a second. And just give me one moment here. So is there positions in curling, like attackers versus defenders? If so, which one are
Sweepers
you?
No, you do them all. Like, yeah, you throw a couple stones and then you got to sweep, you know.
What do you prefer? You like to throw them or sweep it?
Throw them.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'm going to close this one down and I'll catch you later. Thank you.